Wow guys, it was definitely a kaboom day. Let's start from the Russian Federation capital city of Moscow. On this picture you may see the Techno Export Center, which was used by Russia to produce drone parts and other electronics. You may see that smoke is coming from it, so the facility doesn't feel good. Firefighters were deployed to the place, but it was done very late and facility almost fully burned down. Russians mostly produced and stored the FPV drone parts in this building. All of them seems to be gone. So even in such populated city as Moscow, Russia has a military production, so the aim for Ukraine is clear. What is also interesting that no drone strikes were reported, so it seems like it was some sort of the sabotage mission performed by someone. As you know, Ukrainian military intelligence works with Russians themselves, I mean Russian civilians even sometimes brainwashing them, and they conduct those sabotage attacks elsewhere in Russia, also against Russian military conscription centers, against Russian banks and so on. And Russia does the same stuff in Ukraine as well. They call to people, usually those people who have some of the debt problems, so they say that they may resolve their issues if they obey orders. Most of the country's intelligence services work like that. It's the hybrid war, as we call it. Not just military is in use, but also propaganda, by the way, I'm in that part too, and intelligence missions, involving sometimes even random people. For example, even with the spiderweb operation, drivers delivered special cargo close to the military airfields, and they were not aware about their load behind. So there is the great probability for it to be a sabotage attack. And what we have here is the satellite image confirmation about the Ukrainian Neptune strike on the Russian drone facility. It's called Elektrodetal, which is producing components for the Russian drones. Well, as you may see, there were some of the strikes here, but this production warehouse didn't burst into flames like the previous one. Well, more to go. This is, by the way, a Karacháyevo city. Also, there were reports about the big kaboom in Nizhny Novgorod refinery. You may see the fire over there. Well, initially Russian officials say that no, it's normal, it is a flame that could be during the refinery process. No, not like that. Plus, the NASA satellite images have detected the source of fire, which fits exactly the same area, and it's way bigger than the standard flame. And this is the place of the initial distillation unit, so this oil refinery is out of the operation for extensive period of time. No surprise any longer. Yeah, every day there are some of the refineries being kaputted in Russia. Just right now the substation in Belgorod region was attacked. There is some sort of the fire out there. Electricity is out for many of the households. Happens. Special military operation after all. Yeah, he says partially there is no electricity inside the city. The most important thing that advertisements are working here, but the rest are gone. A Belgrade governor has already confirmed the strike. He says, oh, this evening is terrible. Yeah, because some of the drones hit the energy infrastructure, and here in this video he confirms that. And this is the town of Klintsy, the thermal power plant. It is being cooked also by drones. For the last day, Ukraine kaboomed lots of the Russian infrastructure, but at the same time, Russia also launched a major strike on Ukrainian cities, mostly western Ukraine. Here you might see the trajectory of the Russian drones, missiles and so on. Russians used ships and strategic aviation to hit lots of the Ukrainian infrastructure, including some of the civilian buildings. Unfortunately, it is known already one family was perished under the rubble of their own building in Lviv. 4 family members in total, including children. Yet the last night for Ukraine was really difficult, and Russia also aims towards Ukrainian energy infrastructure. There were multiple of the blackouts reported. Russia wants to make the life for Ukrainians in Ukraine very difficult, especially before the winter time, then it's quite cold in Ukraine. Meanwhile, spokesman of Ukrainian Air Force Yuri Ignat told that Russians modernized their missiles to bypass Ukrainian air defense systems, including Patriots. Now even ballistic missiles are capable for maneuvers, which makes it very difficult for Patriot, even PAC-3 missiles to intercept those. Well, the same reports already heard in Western legacy media. They say that in some of the cases, Patriots are not effective at all, or the probability to shut down Russian missiles is close to 6%. Before it was 50-60. So Russians are not staying at the same place, they are trying to modernize their gear, and air defense systems also should be modernized adjust accordingly. It was the Financial Times that published the report about the quantity of those missiles and drones which were launched towards Ukraine. So here we have the graph for the drones and this graph for ballistic missiles. Dark blue launched, light blue intercepted. And for ballistic missiles, Russia launched less of them, but just few were intercepted. Compared to what it was several months ago, it's not a good sign. But as for the drones, Ukraine is still capable. And we see how exponentially Russians increased the drone strikes on Ukraine. Russians started to use their cable-controlled drones even in Kramatorsk city, which is roughly 25 kilometers away from the front lines. Here you can see a very good quality of the video, very good control because there is a cable. And here drone finds some of the vehicle. This is the military pickup truck, yeah, obviously. And that guy, I hope he is fine, because there could be some of the debris flying around. Kramatorsk is the biggest city in this area together with Slavyansk. It was geolocated at Russia launch. Oh no, it's 20 kilometers away. Well, actually Kramatorsk is already not that far away from the front lines. So this guy, Abti Aludinov, a commander of TikTok Ahmad Battalion, said that if United States already told about possible delivery of Tomahawk missiles to Ukraine, they'll for sure deliver those. Well, at the same time, he mentioned here in the program that Tomahawk missiles could be easily shut down by the Russian air defense. Well, we'll see. Putin, by the way, says absolutely same stuff, and today he again repeated his narrative. Abduludinov and Putin, they are very concerned actually about Tomahawk if they continue to speak about those missiles. And Russians again used their Iskander-M ballistic missile to target even Ukrainian Himars system. Well, as they say, at least some of the vehicles were spotted in this location, and here goes missile itself. A principle of this particular shell that it kabooms at some certain level above the ground at some altitude, and it releases lots of the shrapnel that hits the ground. And that's the aftermath. Lots of the vehicles were destroyed. It looks like those are Himars. Could be, yeah, at least they look like Himars. Also vehicles and other things nearby. Well, I'm in great doubt that it was really a real Himars. First of all, because missiles inside, they did not explode. So maybe those are real Himars systems, but without the shells, or just decoys. Yeah, with this resolution, it is definitely hard to tell of what is that exactly. Is it AI? Yeah, the tube operation definitely went wrong. Guys, tell me how many Russians do you see in this video? Yeah, it could be even AI, you never know with the release of the Sora 2. It's crazy advanced video maker. And just now, Noel Reports published the information about kabooms happening in Crimea. I haven't yet cross-checked this information. I hope for the update tomorrow morning. And my friends, if you want and can, you may support my job on Patreon. The link for it is in the video description just below, or you may join membership of the channel. Thank you so much for your kind support and for making my job possible, and this content as well. Yeah, it was the short video today, but nevertheless tomorrow I'm gonna update you about the situation on the front lines, because there could be some of the interesting news coming. My friends, I wish you all a peaceful sky wherever you are, and have a great time.